This is me, Susan, and it's that time again where we're going on a travel video, and we're traveling in our imagination, and we're going to where? You guessed it, Mexico. Let me show you right here. This is the sketch of Mexico and how Early sketched it from the very beginning. And remember, he sketched 29 and painted only 9. And again, you know, if you want to purchase these paintings, I'll let ya. So, this is what it looked like, and I'm going to set this over here. And again, each painting has a story and a title, and he does the run-through border, and right here is the original story. It's authenticated on the back, so you will have a genuine Earl Pruitt. Now, I'm going to take this story, and I'm going to put it over here, and remember, y'all can have the painting on the picture, the story on the side of the painting, so you can read and look and enjoy both. Excuse me. So I'm going to show you the painting, and this one is called The Story of Mexico. And let me show you. You can see the side right there. Is it run through? Is it running through? Okay, let me set this down so I can turn it around. And remember, we are big fans of color. And look at this. This is beautiful. And I'm going to slide it over a little bit because I don't want any glare on it. And look at even the detail. Like, he's got cracked walls, and like, look here, Mexico. This is gold, and it's beautiful. But anyway, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read the story, and y'all just look around Mexico while I'm reading, telling you a story. Okay, and I'm going to sit down. Now, this is the story of Mexico. The sun rose early in the Caribbean, and I was in its path, and I was hot, and I was wet, and my shirt was soaked. My muscles bulged through my shirt. My skin was burnt, sweat pouring from my brow, and I stank like a pig. My name is me. And this is my luck. I was working next to the most beautiful woman in the sugarcane field. What was worse than smelling me? I could smell her old sweat, but she looked good. I soon got past the smell, and I asked her to share dinner and rum with me tonight, and she asked, well, where are you going to take me? Someplace nice, I hope. And I thought if love would be my goal, I needed to show her a good time. And this is the 1880s, and women know what they want and how to have a good time. So I thought I would take her to the new cantina in the village that had running water. And this would seal my evening of love. So I picked her up on my donkey from her mud hut, and I told her it was the fastest donkey on the island. And this seemed to impress her. I told her I was taking her to the largest village in the West Indies that was the most modern village of its time. You know, they had 2-wheeled carts pulled by horses there. Now, we arrived at the cantina, and we began dancing and eating and drinking for hours. But I had to pee. So I told my woman that I was going to step outside for a minute, and I had drank a lot, and I felt like I was never going to stop. So I fixed my pants, washed my face, and wet my long hair to keep it out of my face. And when I re-entered the cantina, my woman was nowhere to be found. I asked the innkeeper if he saw my woman, and he told me that an old rich man walked in and offered her money and a ride in his cart. So I thought she went for a ride, but she would be back soon. I waited all night for her return, and as the morning approached, the innkeeper said, "Oh, I forgot. She left this for you." It was a note on a piece of wood. It said, "Me. This man offered me 2 pieces of silver for me to stay the month with him. And you smell like a goat, so don't bother waiting for me." Angrily, I ran as fast as I could back through the jungle. I would never show my face there again, and I continued to run and broke through the jungle's hold. I saw a pier glistening and took it as my answer to get away. And there were great ships there, so I planned to steal one and sail to uncharted lands. Again, as my luck would have it, somehow my donkey found me. I took his rope and went looking for his ship, and there were men standing guard at all the ships. But I found a canoe unguarded. I thought my luck had turned because it was full of food and water. And now after pushing and digging to free the canoe from its hold, I then had the chore to load my donkey. I couldn't leave him behind, especially since he was the fastest donkey in town, and I might need a fast getaway. So I headed west. Now, while searching through the supplies, I found a mast and a sail, and I remembered seeing a small hole thing in the front of the canoe, and I put a mast into the hole and fastened the sail together. And I arrived at a new land, burnt and smelly again, but this time I was alone, thinking to myself how I needed a woman. I headed in. Now, I did see some inhabitants, however, there were no females. But this was no place for me. So I continued riding for weeks, it seemed, and I approached a T in the path that led to an old mud hut. So I decided to make this my home and my new beginning. And days passed, and somehow other people found their way to my new home and asking my permission to make their homes near mine. So it seemed to grow on a daily basis. This area grew from 2 trails meeting to buildings everywhere. And now it's 1885. The village is much larger and needed a name. And so I thought for weeks about my journey. Me crossing in a canoe overseas. That was it! The first letter of each word would not only name the new city, but it would tell my story. I built an arch over the road from my house and painted my beautiful Mexico on the sign. The only thing that would make my new home even better is a woman. And about that time, a loud voice woke me from my siesta, and it was my wife. I was dreaming of my journey and the beginning of Mexico. Now, my parents named me Juan Fernandez de Cisco, but my friends call me Me. Now, this is my story, fact or fictions, and I want to show you a little something about Mexico. Me, X, crossing in a canoe overseas. Mexico. So every time you say the word Mexico, you're going to think about somebody crossing over in a canoe and building a house and trying to get a donkey out of the canoe. So this is the story of Mexico. And again, Early has his own website, ePruett MexicanArtYolasite.com. That's EPRUETT Mexican Art YOLASITE.com. And I want you to go there and take a look at his paintings, and yeah, they're for sale, and I will part with 1 or 2 or 3 or all of them because, you know, yeah. But anyway, and this is me, Susan. Please subscribe and watch some other videos. I've got lots of them. They're fun, they're entertaining, they're wonderful, and I like them. Thanks for watching.